hello. My name is Kasai Isaac Kumsin and I'm with my colleague.
Michael FMC.
All right, so we're at Blanchard Youth Center for the Youth Mental Health Festival under Millennium University, is it?
Yes, exactly. This is a project that has been running for years right now. We started last year and now we're here again as a podcast.
Yeah. Exactly. So it's running under the theme Healthy Mind, Healthy Body. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you. Good, how are you?
It's quite a sunny day for us.
It is very humid, yeah. It is, yeah.
Alright, please introduce yourself.
My name is Richard Tembo. I'm the registrar of Millennium University, representing management of the university. And at this beautiful event yet again, our Mental Health Youth Festival, which we also had last year rather, and we don't see this stopping. So next year we will be here again with the same festival.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you mentioned that this event happened again last year. It's just meeting. So what's the main focus of this event? Because I heard it's a youth mental health festival.
Yes. This is a theme which we have embraced as Millennium University. I think led by our head of research, Dr. Sandra Jumbe, who did a preliminary research and saw the extent to which the mental health of the youth in Malawi are neglected. And especially we're talking about those that are in universities in Malawi, and that actually defined the whole program that we introduced at Millennium University. We're lucky that after presenting our proposal to various agencies, we got funding for this, and we have introduced programs at Millennium University. So we will be doing mental health research at master's level, and we're also doing a PhD in mental health, and this is the first in Malawi. It's not only because mental health, we're doing it in terms of clinical. I think UBS is doing that. So we are not that clinical. We are not concentrating on the clinical aspect of mental health, but the social aspect of mental health.
Okay, so you mentioned it will be available on master's and doctoral programs only, without bachelor's degree. Or is there any consideration in the near future?
Bachelor's degree. Of course, in terms of bachelor's degree, we are considering that as well. But I think the funding that is available at the moment, these are scholarship based. So would want to to concentrate on research. This is research based master's program. Yes, it's a research based master, because we need to understand there hasn't been any extensive research in this area in Malawi. Now, when you look at things like suicide cases in Malawi, we don't understand why. People are just speculating. But we need hard evidence on why we have this problem and why this problem keeps on occurring. So that's now where we come in. So if we have done extensive research in this area, that would actually inform on the interventions that will be appropriate for the mental health issues in Malawi.
Thank you so much for the insight, and thank you for agreeing to come in.
All right, no problem at all. Thank you very much. Thanks.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Okay, so please introduce yourself.
Okay, so Tapio Omalijaila, and I'm a mental health and psychiatry nursing officer. I'm currently working at Zomba Mental Hospital.
Oh, all right. Great. Okay, so how would you describe this event and its importance?
Okay, I think this whole event being something that's involving the youth and to do with mental health is really amazing, because we barely have events that are involving the youth, especially that are tackling mental health issues. And I think this is where they can have fun, but at the same time get a chance to explore some of these services that are out there, or hear about maybe mental health issues, or how best they can maybe help themselves when they're going through different mental health traumas.
All right. So, in your opinion, is there a connection between physical health and mental health?
I remember when I was in college, my teacher used to say that there is no health or there's no physical health without mental health. So I think the connection is like straight on. It's obvious that there's a connection because at the end of the day, we need to know that when we talk about mental health, we're talking about the whole well-being of the person. So this has to do like with how they think, how they function, how they behave. So the link is there because the way you behave, the way you think, it's all coordinated, and then it ends up maybe getting affected. Maybe if your physical health is affected, your mental health can be affected, and vice versa.
All right. So, are there any physical signs, early signs that a person can see that their mental health is being affected?
Yeah, the physical signs.
Yes.
So sometimes you can notice the signs yourself as an individual, but then there's sometimes that you can actually not notice that, okay, these signs are happening because my mental health is deteriorating, that other people can end up noticing. But the best sign that I can say that people have to always look out for is maybe a deviation from how a person used to behave before maybe you start noticing those differences. Because there are different mental health issues that people can maybe suffer from and the like, including anxiety, depression, and some of these other technical things that other people suffer from. But we also have to remember that all this, they affect how a person behaves, as I said, the way they think. So that means that there's going to be a deviation from how they normally were behaving. They might start maybe acting different, usually maybe isolating themselves with maybe there's a jovial person, and then maybe crying, or not even being able to express themselves. So these are things that people are supposed to look out for because not everybody is going to come out to you and be like, okay, I'm going through these particular things because they don't even know or understand what they're going through.
Alright, so what advice would you give to somebody who is facing mental health issues? Just a reassurance to make them know that they're not alone in this journey. They should be free to speak out and everything.
I think the best part is what you said, that they are not alone, because they really need to know that they're not alone. Everybody and anybody can be affected by mental health issues, including you and me. And there are a lot of people maybe who are in the corporate world or who are even like functioning to their like full functionability, but they have other mental health issues that they're battling from. So it starts from knowing that they're not alone and it's okay to seek for help. And now we have a lot of service providers who are out there like giving out maybe free services, and others maybe they put a fee. But I think taking care of your mental health is not that expensive because at the end of the day you need to know that your life is on the line. Even if you can afford to like put a certain cost at it, then go ahead and do it. So they need to know that they're not alone. It's okay to ask for help. Even if you don't go like to professionals, it's okay to talk to people as long as you trust that person, of course, because you might end up just complicating things. But mental health issues are out there, and also service providers are out there, and it's okay to ask for help.
Alright, there you go. So it is okay to ask for help. Mental health service providers are out there, all you just have to do is reach out. Thank you so much for coming.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Hi, how are you?
I'm okay, how about you?
I'm fine. Great. So we're a youth center for the Youth Mental Health Festival. In your own words, how would you describe mental health?
Allow me to speak to you.
Please.
Yeah, mental health in the main vanguard nduganiza kwabwino kamena kuti kuganiza kwangiro kumene munthu amenera kuti adziganiza masiku ndi siku. That's how I understand it.
Alright, so pali connection yanji between mental health and physical health, because I've heard you're a player. So
Yes.
ikakaza kuti kuganiza bo mene wanenera mucha kuganiza bo ndi kutamanga mu ground zimayindirana bwanji.
Okay, ukazola kuganiza bo kutamanga umapanga so let's suppress dan umakaza uli munthu lipo umapanga interact ndi anthu mukujeza mukuseka zimakhala bo zimathandiza sokuti munthu uziganiza bo chifukwa munthu ngalokhala ndi anthu pafupi umapanga interact it's easy sokuti mumasukirana kukaza kuti nthani yake ndidi mafuta tinatake zimakhala za easy then kuti uzingokhala paweka umakhala zinthu zikupanga affect zimakusukaniza.
Okay, wanena kuti mukakaza kuti mukumana ndi anthu mupanga interact zimatha kupanga remove stress. Koma zimatosoteka kuti nthawi zina anthu mwakumana and yet somebody mu group mwanu is depressed. Yes, kati is made up of 11 people. Yes, mwina mwakhame bajaba. In fact, mwina so yansangala uzenda mini ali stressed kwambiri. As a team, mumathandizana bwanji kuti you should be able to find out kuti wakutoja think isali bwino mentally kapena pali mumayiza njira zanji.
Okay, kawiri anthu mwene ndenenera muje anthu mukakazole mukumasukirana mukujeza it's easy kuti anthu muuzanenso ngati pena pake palivuta unless mwina munthu chake kuti akukanika kumasuka kwa zinzake zimachitika. For example eneyo ntaina kine mabuzuri mwina ndayambana ni munthu mmodzi koma chifukwa kuti ndapsha mtima ndimata kukholosa mwankhola wina aliyense chifukwa cha mtima kuti basi no zandinyasa zimene zichitikazi moto kafete ndi anthu acha tikucheza tugame anataka ni mazamasuka mboza mutu aya mwene zachitika zakuti sisa ndisangalasa mukuti ndikamuza mwezo pezoti zanani ndezimangotengera munthu yokuti ali ndi mtima utafuna nini ngati akusangalala sitiziwa kuti ipena pake ndivuto mwana ngati ali mtima utafuna nini zimakhala izi ndiye chikuti chimafuna kuti munthu azitha kumasukira anzako kwauza ndi thandizo limakhalapo makamaka ikakhala boys pamakhala kati kugame wana itani tamene ukuseka chimakhala kusitulira ukamachoka zimakhala zilipo.
So hii ndi event ya mental health komanda unafa banga incorporate sports. So ngona kwako kona kuti event ithandiza bwanji kupititsa pasokolo tenga wa mental health kapena kathandizike kabwino kuphatikiza mental health ndi sports monga wewe.
Okay, leo ndikuziona zinthu zibawiri. Choyamba nomachona ngati chituli chatulumikizisa ndi anthu ene kuti sitikwadziwa. Ya kumasola pesa mwena kuti titakuyankhana ndi anthu amene ali ndi ukadaulo atawutithandiza kwa anthu amene tili ndi vuto loti mwina anthu ena yake timatasa tikungozikhazika kumangona ngati palibe munthu amene angatimvere kumapitirira kumapangabe fesi zinthu zija komanso china ndichona kuti anthu tikakhaza kuti pamodzi ngati mwina mwatipangira apo pakutibweresa pamodzi kuti pakhale masewera pali mpira pali neti pojani zimakhala zabwino chifukwa choti anthu timakhalanso nthawi kuti tikuyankhulana so easy kululirana nkhala.
In conclusion, next year sichitikenso
kwambiri izi ndi zimene zikufunika chifukwa yani zabwino taziona kuno ndi anthu komanso anthu tikucheza tikukuwa kwa jani mavuto sudi munthu makhala upanda mwana kuno kuti nantina toti tayiwalika zilipo zabwino bwino.
Thank you for coming. All right, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
How are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm all right. All right, so please introduce yourself.
My name is Patricia Mchiswe, and I'm the founder of an organization called Mind Over Matter.
Mind Over Matter.
Yes, it's based in Blantyre, and the aim is basically to assist those people who are struggling with their mental health. So we do, part of the work that we do, we have some outreach programs where we take counseling and psychotherapy out to the communities.
Okay.
Yes, we're also coming up with a talk show which will discuss different issues to do with mental health, such as stress, depression, anxiety, that people out there are facing. Yeah, so those are some of the things that we do.
All right, I'm quite intrigued. Mind Over Matter. So this is a youth mental health festival. What do you think is the importance of the youth and what impact will it make?
I think the youth are an important demographic of the country. We make over, I think about 60% or slightly over of the population, and it's an opportunity for Malawi for the development of the country. But for those young people to be able to contribute effectively to the development, they need to be healthy, both in body and mind. And I like the theme today because it's emphasizing on that. So I feel like it's essential for us to reach out to fellow young people who are struggling with their mental health, help them deal with that so that they can be effective in contributing to the development of the country.
All right, so you've mentioned about the theme. So the theme is healthy mind, healthy body. What is the connection between, if at all there is, a connection between mental health and physical health?
So basically, the health of the mind has an ability to manifest itself in the physical. So if you're depressed or you're stressed, you will not be able to be physically okay. You may not participate, you may not go out there and interact with others just because you have some issues that you're facing in your mind. So it's very important that we deal with the health of the mind so that the physical is also okay. So there is a big connection between the two.
All right, so what advice would you give to the youth out there or just anybody in general who is going through mental health issues just to reassure them that they are not alone in their journey?
I would say for the young people out there that it's important for them to reach out to those people that are working in the mental health situation, or even just reach out to people who they look up to in the communities if they're facing problems, friends, peers, anybody who they think is reliable that they can talk to about things that they're going through, because that helps a great deal. Instead of just keeping it by yourself, it may breed all those things that are unhealthy mentally, health-wise. But if they reach out and if they also come to participate in events like this, they might learn a thing or two. They might find the help that they're looking for without any struggles as compared to just being by themselves or keeping to themselves. Participating in physical activities, like we have football, we have different games here. I would urge the young people to come out, reach out.
All right, so there you have it. Come out, reach out to anybody that you feel comfortable. So thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm very good. We've got the new cover here. We see what akachumabeni alipojitundikwa nani. Now we are enjoying ulisakuja huko.
So this is a youth organization which is based in Blantyre, where we offer free counseling services to the youth.
Alright, so we're at the Youth Mental Health Conference. How important is it?
So this is a very important event
for
most of us, especially the youth, where it's a platform where we network and also people, especially the youth, you hear more about the counseling services and also the mental health itself.
Alright, so is there a connection between physical health and mental health from your opinion?
So yes, there is a very big connection. You know, when someone is stressed, obviously the whole body is affected. So when the whole body is affected, therefore that person cannot function very well. So that's where we normally tell people, especially the youths, that it's very good to prioritize your mental health because you cannot function very well, whether in the workplace, whether somewhere else. So that's where we said when someone is very affected with mental health, that's where she can seek help, and also doing some physical exercise. That's where we have the sports going on around.
Exactly. Alright, so we say people should feel free to seek for help. And I've also heard when you're introducing yourself, you made mention of you offer free counseling services. Where exactly is this and how can people find it?
Alright, so as I said, we have a free service which is counseling to the youth. So we have our website which is called As We Glow. Let's talk about it. You can find it in many platforms. So there are lots of numbers there where you can call just to have a tele counseling service. So if you want the physical help, we are also found in Blantyre at the same time in Zomba as well.
Okay, where exactly in Blantyre?
So in Blantyre, it's Namiwawa. We have an office there.
And in Zomba?
In Zomba, it's Zomba Mental Hospital. There's also an office there.
Alright. So some people seek for help on social media through videos or just other people that they can find on social media. So is it good for somebody to seek for mental health on social media, or does it have any positive or negative impact on somebody's health?
Okay, so when you're seeking help on social media, first of all, you should look for trusted organizations, because nowadays there are lots of people who are saying they're offering mental health, but you have to seek the real people who are offering those services. Because when you are doing this, you know there's a platform where there's confidentiality whenever you want to seek help. So remember, whenever we are seeking help, we have to ensure about this confidentiality, and also someone has to have the consent form so that you can help someone very well.
Alright, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, madam.
How are you?
Good, and you?
I'm fine. Please introduce yourself.
My name is Blessings Bogosa. I'm from Colleges Peace Foundation, down there at Bemba.
Okay. So what does the organization do?
This organization, they do care for kids, those who are vulnerable, and many of them, they are orphans. So we pick them from the streets and take them to their house, and then we take care of them and educate them.
Right.
Yep.
Okay, so how important do you think this event is, the Youth Mental Health Festival?
This event, it's important most for youth because it will promote many of them, those who have talent, maybe talent in football, netball, maybe in dancing, even artists. They can promote them. So it is encourage them to show their talent they have. Yep.
So you said that it's an organization where the children, the kids there.
Yeah.
So mental health, I think it is not subjective. It affects almost everybody.
Yeah.
So in times when somebody is feeling depressed or has stress and anxiety, as an organization, how do we help these children to grow, to get better?
Could you ask again?
Okay, as an organization, how do we help these children to at least maintain a good mental health lifestyle?
We do have a certain room there called a small pharmacy.
Yes.
Where we teach kids those who are affected by maybe certain disease. Yeah.
So you have a room there that people can come in to get help.
Yeah.
Okay.
As in pharmacy.
All right. Okay. So lastly, what advice would you give to the youth when they're facing problems and when they feel like they're alone? What would you advise them?
My advice is that they must not feel pain or maybe feel loneliness, because one day they'll get their hope. One day they'll reach the level they want. They are dreaming, and they will achieve their goal. The only thing is to focus on what you see that is beneficial to your life.
Okay, there you have it. You have to focus on the things that are beneficial. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you.
Welcome here at the Blantyre Youth Center, where we are having a mental health festival. And right now I'm with the former Flames player, coach rather, Mr. Mabedi, and also the former Kaizer Chiefs player. Welcome, Mr. Mabedi.
Thank you so much.
You are welcome at this event. I just want to understand, why are you here? Why are you here?
I'm here, I think it's a privilege. Let me say I'm honored to be here to attend this activity of mental health, which I think I need to take part on it, to help one another and to educate one another how we can improve ourselves, also avoid some other mental illness from ourselves and even from our kids, our youth. I think this makes me to be here, because I think I would see that this need to be taken very serious.
All right, and now this year we are celebrating under the theme a healthy mind and a healthy body, like physical body. Now, looking at your perspective or your background, you being a player, a football player, and then can you tell us how does mental health affect players or someone who is into sporting activities? Because I understand you might be a very physical fit person in football, but then can you tell us about when it comes to your mental health now? How does it affect you as a person now?
Yeah, look, there's so many things that affect athletes. I'll say one, you heard about players or athletes use drugs, and that affects them. But what makes them to use drugs? It can be maybe they want to get a quick thing to something. Maybe they just want to have maybe physical endurance or power to do something. Maybe they're frustrated. Maybe they are sick in mind that they need to be helped. So there's so many athletes, they're going through this. It's either sometimes maybe they're not getting opportunity to get what they wanted most. Maybe it's either they're not playing as maybe first into the team. Maybe they're frustrated from training. So by doing that, they've started to get sick in mind, what normally affects a lot of players, and maybe also some issues that they're going through with their life, because you must understand athletes, as they have responsibilities from their parents. They have to help a lot of families, so those also makes them to be affected in terms of health.
Now, talking of help, I understand we are talking about, we are raising awareness about mental health and whatnot, but then I want to understand, where can people go to get solution, or I mean, what's the best solution towards these mental health issues or problems that a lot of people are facing? Because I understand we may raise awareness to say, okay, if you have issues of mental health, this might be the reason that is causing you to have that problem. But now I want you to advise or to say, for the youth that are in athletes out there, where can they access like the therapy for the problems that they are having?
Yeah, well, I think the government, they have so many means of helping, but at the same time, because I heard some speakers before that they were talking about the same issue, and it become now to the point where now we're living into the world where now you can't trust nobody. So if you tell your problem to somebody who is identified by the government or someone, maybe also he spread your information. But there's so many different ways of dealing with this. I'll give you just example because I've been going through that.
Yeah.
And there's two things that normally affect people. I love social media. Social media is a platform where we can do so many things and help us. But sometimes people abuse social media also to attack other people or to do wrong to other people. So if you don't know how to handle it, it's going to affect. Most of these kids, youth, even elders, they spend their time in social media. And when they are there, sometimes they see something that affects them. So this is what I normally help myself to deal with, because the blind I am, there's so many people in social media that they talk so many things. If I was like somebody, I'll be sick by now and dead by now, but I know how to deal with it. So this is how I deal with it. I shut myself out of the social media.
Yeah.
I just focus to what I want to do in social media.
Yeah.
So if the youth can do that, it will be help, because there's so many things that are happening in social media now. If you can be able to manage social media and avoid things can put you in trouble, I think you'll be okay. But at the same time, if you feel like now you having problem of mental health, I think you stress or depressed, I think what I normally do, I go to gym. I've got a gym by the house, I train. So those are things that I normally deal with. Then after, I'll be okay. So always we need to find a way of dealing with this issue. So those are tips that I can give that I normally have.
You have heard of the tips. You say, one, please make sure you handle your social media as well. Second, you can go to the gym and make sure that your physical body is okay as well as your mental health is okay. That was Mr. Mabedu. Thank you so much for your time.
It's a pleasure. Thank you so much. Cheers.
I'm with Star Toera from the national netball team. Hi, Toera.
Hi.
It's good to see you here. Now, I know we are here for the Mental Health Festival. Yeah, I understand these are issues that are affecting a lot of people here in Malawi. Now, can you tell us from the netball perspective, like how are these issues affecting a lot of our netball players or any other player that is into the sporting arena?
Yeah, think of I'm just proud because this awareness are being done here in Malawi. Like previously, there was no this like type of awarenesses. As for me, like a player, I'll give you like an example. There's this one time whereby I was doing my training, expecting to play the big tournament. But because I wasn't fit in my mind, I was stressed up. Though I was physically fit, it ended up like for me having the injury because my mental health wasn't good as it's supposed to be. So I think this awareness is good for the youth because you cannot do any your daily activities if you are not mentally. If your mental health is not good. So I think the awareness for the youth is good because sometimes we do have like things that like we do have stress that can lead us to do like something which leads to end our. Let's say our life.
Yeah, like committing suicide and whatnot.
Suicide, maybe isolating from the society. So this awareness is it will read the youth and any other like age group, like to know where to go after they notice that their mental health is not good.
So iwe ukamaona zinthuzi ukumaona kuti chomwe chikumapangitsa youth kwambiri kuti azikhala affected ndi moyo wawo I mean kuti mental health yawo izikhala yosokonekera kwambiri zikumakhala zinthu zake ngati zichani zimene zimasokonetsa.
Panopa mungoganiza ndikuona ngati imene like internet timaona anthu zambiri pa internet ambiri mayusi komanso kuli nkhani ngati yachikondi kwa achinyamata akakhumudisana nthawi zina imakhala mwina out of shame kuti mina apite akapange ripoti kwa to seek guidance imene angathe kuthananira nazo ma heartbroken aja nthawi zina mina ma bullies from school kakumpira mina kumpira sizoenda bwino they end up like having mental health issues.
So now, in your way, how do you think can a youth avoid such cases? Like, what way can one prevent himself from being affected, or how can one handle such a situation?
I think not isolating from the society or from your relatives or from your friends. I think if you are having like both mental health issues, you need to consult like parents, like caregivers, or if it is at school, you need to go to the teachers, or even doing exercises. That's for me whenever I feel like I'm stressed out or my mind is not working as it should be. I always go for activities every day.
All right, so you get it. She says whenever she feels like she's stressed up, she always takes herself to a sporting arena where she does a lot of activities, sporting activities to say. So thank you, Toera. It's been good having you in this one.
Thank you so much.
All right, and I have some other friends as well and stakeholders here at the Blantyre Youth Centers.
Hello.
Please tell them your names.
I'm Andrade Awando from Dita.
My name is Luis Watonono. I'm from Dita, psychosocial counselor.
So we have Nita in the building or in the space, yeah? So this year we are commemorating on the theme a mental health, a mental mind as well as physical body. So you guys tell us, what do you understand about this? Or how can you approach this whole thing?
First thing first, I think a healthy mind is everything, and mental health equal to healthy mind. It's the same thing with physical health and mental health. So these two is mind removed. So the whole understanding about mental health is individuals taking care of how they think, so that they should be productive in the community, in their social spaces, as well as in their personal life. So that's the definition of mental health.
All right, that's a good definition, but I want to understand. Kundita, mumadani.
Okay, ife akundita rehabilitation center. Ndi ife akadaulo pankhani ya rehabilitation. Tikati rehabilitation awa ndi ma therapy amene amaperekedwa kwa anthu amene ali ndi mavuto osiyana-siyana. So therapy yoyambirira ndi yomwe tikukambayi, mental health. Therapy ina imene timapereka ndi physical or physiotherapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy and learning support. So you can see awa ndi magulu a matherapy amene amaperekedwa kwa anthu amene ali ndi mavuto amene titaona mwina kusokonekera kwa ubongo mwa njira ina. So as she has put it, a healthy mental is a healthy mental mind goes back to physical healthy, right? So one who is physically fit, we expect that person to have a healthy mental. So as you have put it, physiotherapy helps one to be physically fit, at the same time should have a sound mental.
Now, you have mentioned this as a part of the solutions that you're offering, the service that you're offering at NITA. But I also want to understand this. I understand, is this a free service or there is a fee attached to it? Because a lot of people are undergoing a lot of stress, a lot of health, mental health related issues. But I just want to understand if this is a service offering place, what type of service are you offering? I mean, is it at a fee or are they free services?
Okay, so as already he explained that we have 4 departments, yeah? We have the mental health, speech and language, we also have physiotherapy, and as well as language therapy. So, first thing first, muntu agabwera ama kandi assessment, and usually it's for free, so that we should continue running the place.
The assessment is for free?
No, it's
for a fee.
A fee.
Yes.
Yeah. So the assessment is for a fee as well as the therapy sessions.
Yeah.
Therefore. So yeah.
But they are very affordable. As we've put it, we just want to be there for people. We are bridging up the gap which is there. Healthy for people and people.
So do people book appointments or it's just a walk-in type of facility?
No, for one to go for an assessment, you have to book appointment, and then after the assessment, if you are fit for therapy, we will recommend. Once we recommend, we will give you a slot, like let's say once a week, or your slot is 10 a.m. Monday, so you'll be coming Monday 10 a.m. We always have a slot, and nobody can interfere with the slot if you come and and if you place an appointment after a successful assessment.
If I am to ask, who are the most affected type of people in terms of age range? Yeah, are they the youth or the audience? Who exactly are the most victims of mental health?
I think right now, as you saw the statistics, that there's a lot of suicide cases going on. and it's usually in men. And when you look at the age ranges, it's from the age of 18. So we can say the most affected, it's affecting everyone, and it's worldwide. Mental health is affecting the whole nation, but it's affecting the youth Kwambili. Yeah.
So what advice can you give to the youth as Ndita now? As Ndita, looking at the type of clients that you're coming in your facility, and then what type of advice can you give out?
Okay.
Who goes first?
Let my colleague go.
Okay, for youth, stay healthy. Always have a mental check, a mental checklist. Check whatever you're doing, check yourself, be mindful, don't put yourself under pressure. Success yanza no samagabasa ni pishu. Go at your own pace, work smart as you're working hard. Also mazibasa pleasure, as you put much stress on you, in the end you won't achieve the intended goal.
Right.
Okay, so my advice to the youth is, I know there's someone watching who has so many dreams. For you to achieve those dreams, you have to have a mental health check-in as well as a healthy mind. How do you do this? You need to balance things up. If you're going through something, please don't stay alone in your room. Go out, have fun, be there, call your friends, don't isolate yourself. As well as be patient with yourself. Growth takes time. In order for you to achieve that dream, it takes baby steps, and these are everyday steps. So protect your mental health, because it will determine whether you're going to achieve the dreams or not. So that's my advice.
Thank you, Ndita. This has been very good. Till next time.